We're gonna kind of pick up a common theme throughout the training meeting, which is this why, how, and what. Okay, so when normal companies are kind of advertising their product or trying to sell you their product, they always start off with what it is. Okay, so for example, Dell, they always push forward, we're selling computers, okay, and how we're selling computers. Then they explain how. Why they're doing it is always the final reason, okay? Which really kind of sticks in people's minds because they always feel like they're being constantly sold something, or we're trying to get them to do something, or we're trying to get them to join up or sign up or whatever, okay? If you use a different technique for why, how, what, it really puts a different spin on it, okay? Because you're saying why you're doing it. It becomes way more personal, okay? So I'm just going to show a quick video explaining that.
Thinking.
All those great leaders and all those great organizations, everything from Martin Luther King to Apple Computers, it doesn't matter. Big companies, small companies, in every single industry. All those that command great loyalty. People. Loyalty is a feeling. Loyalty is a feeling, a human feeling. All those that command loyalty from employees and from customers and from investors. Every single one of them, regardless of their industry, thinks, acts, and communicates the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to everybody else. All I did was write it down. And it's probably the world's simplest idea. I call it the golden circle. It's a bullseye. In the middle is the word why. The center ring is the word how. And the outside ring is the word what. It's this little idea that distinguishes those that survive those 3 years, and more importantly, it's this little idea that is able to inspire people to join you in your pursuit. Every single organization on the planet knows what they do. You know the products you sell and the services you offer. Some organizations know how they do what they do. These are the things that we think make us special or better or stand out from our competition. But not very many organizations can clearly state why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit, that's a result. By why, I don't mean to have an exit strategy. By why, I mean what's your purpose, what's your cause, what's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why did you get out of bed this morning? And why should anyone care? As a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. We tell people what we do, we tell them how we do it, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, support, a vote, working hard. But all the inspired leaders, those with the capacity to inspire, every single one of them, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, thinks, acts, and communicates from the inside out. They all start with why. I use Apple very frequently because they're easy to understand and we all get it. If Apple were like everyone else, a piece of communication from them would sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? That's normal. Here's our new technology company. We have these features and that features, and we're better than our competition in this way. We're simpler and have a better user interface. Choose us. This is normal. Here's our law firm. We have all the best lawyers, we went to all the best schools, we win all of our cases. Choose us. This is the norm. But all the inspiring leaders and all the inspiring organizations do it differently. This is how Apple actually does it. They start here. Everything we do, they say, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? It feels different. You want to join me in this pursuit, not because my computers are better, but because you believe what I believe.
Alright guys, so you can really see how it's kind of taking a different spin. Like if you start up by saying, hey, join up to Vemma, we have products, it's really cool. But if you start up with saying like why you're doing it, what you believe, like I believe that the way that we're being taught to do stuff in the world isn't the way it should be done. I believe the way that we're taught to make an income and we're taught the way we're meant to live our lives isn't the correct manner, okay? Alright, So Dennis and so on are just going to talk a bit about the
Just
background. Yeah.
whatever. Do this up. Okay. Oh, perfect. Cool, guys. So first, I'm just gonna try and can you plug that in, Anisha? First, I'm just gonna try and tell you guys a bit about me, because I don't know if everyone knows me. I think everyone knows me here, but all you guys out there on Ubu, everyone who will be watching this lecture recording, you guys don't know me. My name's Dennis. I started 2 weeks ago. Haven't been in Vemma too long, but I saw its potential. I got really excited about it, and as soon as my exams were done, I dove right in. I was just as skeptical as the rest of you guys, but you guys are here, so that's great. You guys are equally as busy, but I know that you guys are just starting off your business. You might be starting to get worried about your business taking off, and I'm here to we're all here to help you guys do that. So when I started, I got my foot in the door. I knew that this was something I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it. A lot of you guys were in the same situation right now. You've got exams. All you people overseas, exams are going on. Too much shit to do. So I took a week off. My business grew by like 12 people within that week I came back. So that just kind of reinforces the team effort. But there's no I in team. So this is really an overall contribution. So we really need to get everyone active as soon as possible. We need to get people moving. Your network will expand. It's going to grow, but you need to put in some effort to help it grow. You don't plant a seed in the ground, cover it up with dirt, and be like, yo, good fucking luck. I'll be back here to harvest your fruit in a couple months. You don't do that shit. You come back, you water it. You come back, you put some fertilizer on it. You come back, you fucking read it a bedtime story. Like, I don't give a shit. You need to nurture that thing, all right? So that's what we need to do here. We're building our networks. Everybody, I want to see everybody bring on as many people as they can. I'm shooting for 6 people. I'm promoting that amongst my team because that optimizes the bonuses right away. So we need to get this expanding. My network is already growing. I need to work a bit more on my profit leg because this team here in Sydney, as I'm sure you guys know, we're one of the most rapidly expanding teams here. We're growing like fuck. I mean, we've got people back in the States who are hitting us up. Bryce was on Uber with us the other day, just fucking edifying the shit out of us. Like, oh, you guys are expanding so fast. We're one of the fastest in the business, so it's crazy. My profit leg is sort of lagging. I need to build that up. I'm constantly doing meetings, constantly building that up. You need to put in that bit of effort to start it to expand. Once I start that to expand, I've already got enough to cycle for gold. I'm going for gold. By January, I'm shooting for diamond. Like, this is gonna happen. Suwan here. I signed up Suwan a couple days ago. Suwan's a fucking beast. This guy made $1,200 in your first week.
5 days.
First 5 days, he made $1,200 because he hustled. He made $800 this week, right?
Between Friday and now.
$850 between Friday and now. Suwan, if you want to tell them a bit about.
Alright, so when I started this as well, I was kind of like skeptical, but I went, no, you know what, I'm going to jump on board, and you guys have all jumped on board as well. It's great. And for the first 5 days, when I was literally studying for my exams, I wasn't really thinking about someone doing all that much. I was going, you know what, I'll deal with this afterwards. And I was really surprised because the first day when I got into this, the day of my exam, I already had 4 people in my network, and I didn't even know them. So really, it really is a team effort. And I think one of the really important things for this is your own success is up to you. Like, the amount of time you put into it is literally up to you. And for me, the reason why he's saying I've done so well is because the day I finished my exams, I jumped straight into this, right? I put a lot of time and effort into this going, I see the potential that this has, right? And you guys will need to see the potential as well. I mean, I'm not going to say you have to do this, you're forced to do this, etc., etc. But I will try and show you guys the potential that this has. And when you see that potential as well, it should spark a fucking fire inside yourself, right? And you should be the one that goes, holy crap, I see as well. Like, get really excited about this. Right?
Okay, guys. So, the reason that this has been so successful for Suwan, the reason that this has exploded, I mean, yeah, he's put in some time, but it's more than that. It's because he sees the potential, he realizes what is happening here, he sees what's happening, and this kid is fucking stoked on, like so stoked on this. Like this kid, like every time I wake up in the morning, I've got a text from this kid about Vemma. When I was studying, when I wasn't even talking about Vemma, this kid would be talking to me on Facebook, and he'd be like, dude, I can't fucking focus on studying. All I think about is Vemma. He wrote a fucking test. He wrote down his answer. He had to write about the fuel to get himself back into orbit. And he wrote like what'd you write? Like 12,000 tons of Vemma. Like this guy's like fucking living, breathing it. And the reason that he's so successful, the reason that he's enrolled so many people in these past weeks is excitement, guys. Excitement is key. Your excitement is what is going to sell to people. Like, you're not going to bring people on if you just present this as, oh yeah, like you can make a lot of money. I think it's really cool. Like, you guys should do it. Your excitement is what is going to tie this together. Remember that these are your friends you're approaching. These are your friends that you're getting involved. Your friends trust you. Your friends know your relationship. They see your excitement. They can relate to it. They know that something is actually going on in your life that you're excited about. Your excitement is what equals success in bringing people on. You're selling yourself. You're selling a different frame of mind. And you need to reflect to them that you're excited about this and get them excited. Because if you're not excited, why the fuck would they get excited?
You really need to believe in it yourself. You really can't. It's not possible for you to get someone else and convince them that this is a great thing if you don't believe in it yourself. That's really one of the key points that we have to drive home, right?
Who's doing it?
Some look. All right, cool.
Okay, so the way we get people involved in this is the invite, okay? So why do we invite? Why do we invite? Shout out. Why do we invite?
Come on,
Because
guys.
we want to share our lifestyle. We want to share what we are doing with our friends.
Yeah. Anything else?
People.
Huh?
Expand the network to expose new people.
Expand the network, okay? More than that, expand the network is one of the most essential things. That's one of the main reasons why we invite. But on top of that, it's we're sharing an opportunity. We're sharing a change of mind. We're doing something different, and different is good. Different is new. Different is different. It's better, okay? The world's constantly changing it, and with it, people have to change. Otherwise, people just get left behind. And you don't want yourself or your friends to get left behind, and that's why you're sharing this, okay? I'd like to talk about the box of opportunity that we get put into, okay? This tiny, 0.5 by 0.5 box, And we get put into that by all the things that build up in the society, all the different aspects of society, from school to university, to even our parents to some extent, to people that we look up to some extent, okay? People that have jobs when we're looking for a job, or people have, a certain type of career when we want them, but we realize that this box of opportunity is not fitting to our lifestyle, the type of lifestyle that we want, okay? So we're just shedding light on something that's new, something that's different, something that has opportunity. And how we do this, I'm going to let Dennis talk about that.
All right, guys. So the invite, you guys have all ran through the new training package. So that's the one you would have done with your enroller when you started out. If you haven't, seriously, hit up your enroller, hit up me, hit up Nisha, hit up any of us, because you need to get through that right away. Just to sort of run through the invite in terms of that real quick. So the invite is something that we don't just go out and just say, yo dude, this is fucking Vemma, like get in on this shit, come to this meeting and I'll tell you about it. Because what's the first thing people are gonna do? Is they're gonna be like, oh, Vemma, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm not gonna come to campus when I can just Google that on my computer. They're gonna look it up. They might shift themselves to a wrong frame of mind. They go on, they type in Vemma, and if the first thing they read is some post by like, I Heart Britney Spears XXO2 on some blog that says like, oh yeah, Vemma's a bitch, I signed up, my buddy told me I could sit back and make money and I didn't. They're gonna read that, they're gonna close off their mind, and boom, like doors are shut. You're gonna have to get a fucking pry bar to get that back open. And that's not something we wanna do. We want people to come in with an open mindset. So what we do to start off is we say, hey man, I'm working on this new project, I'm really fucking stoked about it. Dude, you gotta come check this out. Like dude, like come meet me at the library, come on Uvu with me this Thursday. Like you gotta check this shit out. Naturally, what's their first question? They're gonna say, well, what is it? You say, dude, it's this new project I'm working on. I can't really explain it over text. I can't explain it on the phone. I'm off. I gotta go somewhere right now. Come meet me at the library, right? So that's a general overview of what we did in the training package. I wanted to talk about some specific things here to help you guys with your invites. So the first one is obviously you guys need to present excitement. Whether this is on the phone, whether this is in text, whether this is in person, you guys need to be excited. We've already told you your excitement is your success. If you present excitement, people are going to be excited about this. The next thing that is really great to do is to leverage your friendship. This is something Suwan does really well. This is something he does all the time. He goes, hey man, I'm really super stoked about this shit. Like, you got to get on it. Like, okay, like, what is it, dude? Like, man, I can't explain it right now. I've got to go, but fuck, dude, like, you know me. You know I'm not usually, like, fucking, like, super stoked about shit. Like, you trust me, dude. If you trust me, come check this shit out. That's what's going to get them to come, is your relationship. We're in the business of relationships. We're forming relationships, and we're expanding these relationships. So you tell someone, oh, dude, like, you trust me, right? Like, come to this meeting. You say, like, oh, dude, like, you're my best friend. I wouldn't steer you wrong. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll come check this out. Like, even if they have their doubts, you, like, reiterate the fact that you're their friend. You're not here to fuck them over. I mean, no one wants to bring a friend in and see them fail. So you reflect that, they're going to come in. Next thing I wanted to say is just like an honest compliment. One thing that if you guys have been through GoPro, he talks about genuine compliments in inviting. So this is something like, I mean, obviously these are your friends approaching, and there's a reason you're approaching them. Whether that's because they're ambitious people, whether it's because you know that they care about nutrition, you know that they are always out to help a friend. You're inviting these people for a reason. You want to really capitalize that reason. You want to emphasize it. You want to be like, hey dude, like, I gotta show you this thing. Like, you're one of the nicest guys I know, and I know you're gonna love this. Like, dude, you're a fucking, like, leader. I know you've always been, like, really ambitious outside, like, thinking outside of the box, dude. This is right up your alley. Like, this is for you. And this has to be something that's genuine. You can't just go around to, like, I don't know, your lazy stoner friend and be like, dude, you've always been such an active person. You're always pursuing your own goals. Come join this. Because they're going to be like, yeah, dude, like, you've known me for 8 years, and 7 of those I've been sitting on my couch with a bong in hand.
Yeah.
So it's not going to fly. It has to be something genuine. And, yeah, I mean, these are your friends. You know why you want them in there. The next thing is just buzzwords. I wanted to touch on that again. So this is things that you don't want to say when you are doing the invite. These are things like Vemma. This is things like social networking. Yeah, exactly, stuff like this. Usually you don't want to say things like business or opportunity, but in certain circumstances, these are words that you can use. I mean, if you're going to someone who you know is a real go-getter, always looking for a new way to make money, you can say, oh, I've started up a personal business with some of my friends. You should, like, come check it out, you know? So again, those are on the initial training document. Just review them. You don't want to say these buzzwords. Key phrases that you can.
Just promote a buzzword.
Promote?
Yes.
In what context?
No, don't use promote either, because then people will think you're out to go, hey man, look at this, hey man, look at this, hey man, look at this, right? And what that does is it instills a negative connotation in their mind at the start of this, right? And like having any small negative connotation, like before they come in and have a look, has a massive, massive impact. You might not think it's a big deal, but really, like, just going, oh hey man, have a look at this, and then you go, yeah, we're gonna go tell everyone about this. He's gonna go, oh fuck, alright, I've got to put so much time and effort just walking around, and let's just say for whatever reason, he imagines that he goes, oh, we're gonna be in like some fucking ridiculous costume walking around, right? Now he doesn't know that that's what's gonna happen, but he just thought of that for a second. So in his mind's already made up before he even comes in. So when he comes in, he's gonna be less likely to listen to what we have to say, because he's gonna go, oh fuck, okay, when is this gonna happen? He's gonna be expecting what he wanted. Like, he's gonna go, all right, this is what's gonna happen eventually, right? Like, yep.
And what if they really want to relate with something? So you have to give them a brief idea that why you're inviting them.
Right.
So you want to use something that really excites them.
So yeah, again, this is building on utilizing that personal relationship, right? Because it's kind of like the honest compliment, you know? You want to bring them in with something that they can relate to, something that you know, like, again, this is why you know you're talking to them. This is why you're talking to them, why you know they're going to be into this.
Right.
So that's exactly that. That's what you want to do. You want to capital on that relationship because you know this person. You know why they're going to want to do something like this. So present it that way, you know?
Yeah, that's really why the excitement is key. Like, it should be, you should invite them in such a way that they're not going to care what the fuck it is. They're going to care more about how is it that you're this excited.
Like why
Right?
you're so motivated.
Yeah, exactly. That should be what gets them to go, holy crap, okay, I need to check this out, right? And if they see you're that excited, they're going to go, all right, I'm just going to check this out. I don't care what it is, but he's really, really, really excited. I'm going to go check it out.
Okay, we gotta move on. The next thing I just want to say is, again, we've kind of touched on this. This is the opposite of buzzwords. We have key phrases. So this is just simple things like, hey bro, it's right up your alley. Like, you're gonna love this. It's perfect for you. You know, just all these simple. What's up, Kirk? How's it going, dude? All these. Not much, man. We're just talking about the invite. I'll be able to sort of explain this more to you, but just listen in for now. So, yeah, so these keywords, this is like right up your alley. This is perfect for you. This is something you're really into, you know? Like, just simple phrases like that you can tie up the invite with.
Yeah, and one of the things I really like to do when I'm talking to some of my friends and inviting them is I go, dude, this is perfect for your popularity and your personality, right? You say that and they're not going to know what it is, but they're going to go, holy crap, okay, I like my personality, I like my popularity. All right, sure, I'm going to go ahead and use this to my advantage. Why not? Right? Like, that's something that I've used a lot, and that's something that has seen a fair bit of success as well. So, like, if you know your friend's really outgoing, tell them, dude, this is perfect for your popularity, right? Tell them, dude, you're partying all the time, this is right, this is literally made for you.
Cool, cool. The last thing here is just, this is closing and wrapping things up. So again, we always say you want to be kind of in a rush when you're inviting because you don't want to get bombarded with questions that you can't answer and questions that you're going to answer in a way that's going to turn them off to hear what you have to say. So you always want to be in a rush. So this could be anything. Hey man, I'm heading to the gym right now. I've got to go. Hey man, I've got to get back to studying. Hey man, I'm off to work. I've got a lunch date. Anything like that. Anything where that kind of drags you away, but like, hey man, I've got to go, but seriously, like, I'll see you this Saturday at 5 o'clock. You're going to love this shit, right? Again, those closing phrases, those key phrases, close with one of them. End with, yeah, dude, I'll see you then. You're going to love this shit. It's perfect for you, all that kind of stuff. One thing you can do is if people are really, like, really skeptical about this or not really taking to anything you're saying, they're saying, oh, well, what is it? Like, well, tell me what it is. I'm busy. Like, I'm a busy man. I can't come. I've got stuff to do. I might be busy that day. Just tell me what it is. Look, man, I've got to go. I'm taking off. Let me know tomorrow if you can make it, dude, because if you're not coming, I'm going to fill your spot. Fear of loss. You tell people, if you can't make it, I'm going to fill your spot. If you can't make it, I'm going to bring this to someone else. Regardless of what they think this might be or don't know what this is, they're going to change their mind. I had a buddy who was like constantly like that, like would send me 6 messages in a row, like, dude, I'm not fucking coming, like, fuck that shit. And I was like, dude, just seriously come. I go on about my day. Next day, I'm like, hey man, you coming to this meeting today? He's like, dude, like, seriously, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I need to study. Like, I don't want to waste my time. And I was like, okay, well, man, make up your mind within the next half an hour. Text me because I'm going to tell one of my other buddies about this. I don't have time to dick around. The next message I got, I'll be there. Simple as that. Fear of loss.
And one of the other thing is, a lot of the time, don't be asking them saying, hey, like, come to this, oh, okay, maybe I'll see you there. Say, no, you don't fucking ask them, you tell them. You tell them, you're going to be here, right? You really have to push that home. No, I'm not kidding. If you walk around asking them for shit, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe. You need to fucking tell them, right? And your energy level needs to be there so you can say, fucking be here. Right? Yeah. And if that doesn't work, that's when you really need to go into the fear of loss. You go, dude, be here. Oh no, I need to. All right, you know what? Fuck it, fine, man. You know, I'm gonna move on to someone else. Don't bother. Like literally, just go. Don't even bother. Right? Like, yes, it's great to say I'll feel you for someone else, but you go, don't even bother. They go, oh, what the fuck did I just miss out on? Right? Like, it's gonna go, yep. All right, I completely missed out. Oh shit. What do I need to do? I want to get back into this. So they will call you back and go, fuck, man. What do you want about? Okay, like that's really, really important. Do not ask, fucking tell them, right? And couple that with your excitement.
Cool. The last thing I just want to touch on is just the different modalities of inviting people, because I mean, a lot of people, you guys are on exchange here, you're not in person with some of the people you're going to be inviting back home. You can't call them up because it's going to charge you lots. So you're usually on text or you're on Skype. So this is just the different ways that you can go about doing this. If you're on text, if you're just on Facebook messaging, texting on your phone with someone, you want to really take a notice of your punctuation. So you want to be including exclamation marks, maybe all caps, smiley faces, but you don't want to push it too far. You don't want to, if you're one of those people who are always just like yeah, I'll be there, period. I'll see you at 6, period. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit the gym, I'm really stoked, period. Then you want to bring in some exclamation marks, but don't be like, okay, I'm in fucking all caps, 5 exclamation marks here, a smiley face here, tongue face there. Like, you're gonna look like an idiot and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy on? Like, they're gonna think you're more drunk than you're actually talking about serious shit. The best way to do invites is obviously in person. Second best way would be on the phone. Texting is your third option because it's less personal. If you are in person, excitement level, guys. You got to bring up that excitement. You got to use your body language. People see you like fucking jumping around, moving your arms a lot. They're gonna pick up on this. Your voice. You got to sound confident. You got to sound excited. Your gestures, your posture, all these things. You want to come off as someone who's confident, someone who knows what they're talking about, someone who's actually excited about something. The other thing is keep it casual. I mean, you want to be confident, you want to be presenting this in a good way, but you don't want to be like overly like fucking like, oh yeah man, like come to my house and be sitting there on your desk like hands folded and be like, please take a seat. Like, this is your friend. This isn't like a formal like business meeting, right? So I mean, laugh, tell some jokes, like whatever, just normal. Ask to catch up, stuff like that, right? The other thing when you're in person and even when you're on the phone, it's a lot easier because you can really read off their reactions. Over text, it's not that easy because people say things they don't mean. People just brush things aside. When you're in person, you can read off someone's reaction. If they look like kind of like excited but like confused, you just gotta be like, oh yeah man, just like fucking like, oh I know I'm being vague, but dude, you gotta come check this out, like I'll see you there, right? And then again, get the fuck out. You just gotta be somewhere else. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta I don't know, study, anything like that. I think that's pretty much our techniques. Hopefully you guys wrote some stuff down. We can practice, but I mean we're already half an hour, so
Yeah, we'll just
do
go
you want
on
to save it?
next slide.
Okay, let's save it. Alex is going to come up here real quick, talk about some techniques to keep your prospects engaged while during that gap between an invitation and a meeting. So here's Alex.
Alright, hello everyone. I'm Alex, as just heard before.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Hello. Yeah, like I'm from Austria, so I brought this to Europe. If you have any questions about like international expansion, that's sort of up my alley. In between techniques, we're now between the invite and the presentation, and sort of avoiding all these nasty questions that Dennis touched on, like what is it, like you know, what are you doing, and you know, great phrases are like, it's more of a visual thing. Come check it out, it'll only take half an hour of your time. You know, I can't explain it in a text. Why? Because it's more of a visual thing. You know. Also, it's going to take half an hour and I don't have that time right now. Remember, you're always in a rush. And also, it's easier, you know, in person to talk about this, obviously. And you know, it's been touched upon before, but this fear of loss is a very powerful, very powerful sort of thing. You know, if they can sort of sense that they'll miss out on something, I don't know many people who are just like, all right, I'll just miss out on that. And if they are, then they're not the kind of people you want in your business anyway. So that's basically between step 1, the invite, and step 2, the meeting. And now I want to continue with step 2, the actual meeting. So ideally, this is a home event where you have, you know, more people there, where you have uplines talking and all that. It can also be a one-on-one meeting. On a one-on-one meeting, you have to be very well prepared. And so basically the key to the vault is always to have an upline who has success, who has financial credibility, to back up what you're saying, all right? Because if you tell this perfectly to your friend, and then your friend's like, oh, how much have you made of this? And you say $0, he won't be convinced, all right? So basically there is this triangle triangle of credibility. Okay, and the key to the vault in this triangle of credibility is edification. All right, so what does that mean? Imagine we're doing a one-on-one meeting, and we have an upline ready at the bottom, at the top of the triangle. So it's. Do we have a marker or something?
Yeah, I did.
Can you pull it down? Well, that's fine. All right. All right. So this is the credibility triangle. This is you. This is your friend. Alright, and up here is the upline. So here's what's going to happen. You tell your friend why you're excited and sort of a little bit what this is all about, but then you edify your upline. What does edify mean? You're not like before when Dennis was like, oh, this is Alex. Because you're thinking, who the fuck's Alex? Alright? So what you want to say is like, okay, look, this is Shomo. Shomo's been in the business for 5 months. He's raking in $1,000 a month. He is an absolute beast. He knows what he's doing. Alright? Suddenly you'll want to listen to him. Because right now you don't want to listen to me because I was just like, oh, here's Alex. Alright? So you edify your upline. Alright? So that people really want to listen to what they say. They have credibility. They have financial credibility. They have seen success in this. So that is the key, because then your friend will listen, and this, what happens next, is very, very important. Your upline will edify you back. It will be like, oh, wow, look, and this is Dennis. He's only been in the business 2 weeks, but he has the best work ethic I've ever seen. He is the most professional I've ever seen in the business after 2 weeks. So he edifies you back. Obviously, it should be, credible and something, that's true. Because if, as Dennis outlined before, if Dennis was in the business smoking his bong for 2 weeks, not doing shit, it wouldn't be credible if we edify him back. But because Dennis is not, because Dennis is actually doing a really good job, the upline edifies him back, and this creates sort of a very, very good environment where your friend here knows that he's in good hands, where he knows that sort of, okay, this guy's actually made the money, and Dennis will make the money. The only difference between the upline and Dennis is that he hasn't been in the business as long. All right, so the password?
Oh, I know, sure.
Sorry?
Oh, wait,
Penis 47.
Okay, so basically the meeting, that's what the meeting is all about. It's about edifying and leveraging. Leveraging means bringing in a third party, ideally Diamond Plus. All right, driving around in a company paid for BMW or Mercedes. But basically edifying and leveraging a third party, because the third party will edify you back, and then this whole thing gains credibility. And also the upline can fill in, some information that you may not be able to in your first days in the business. And by always doing meetings with an upline, you will also quickly pick up, what this business is about, and you will be able to sort of pass on the information that the upline gives out to become an upline yourself. Yeah, and definitely what you want to do if you organize a home event, you invite people the day before, 2 days in advance. 1, 2, 3 hours before the event, just check that they're coming. Just call them or hit them up, be like, all right, cool. Don't forget, we're meeting tonight at 3. And again, if you can't make it, let me know in time, because I have other friends who are frankly also very interested in what I'm doing, and I have a limited amount of seats. Again, sincere compliment. You can be like, oh, but I thought of you first, which is why I really hope that you can make it, but I have other friends in case you can't. All right, and always have a schedule. Be aware of who you invited, and make sure that you know who didn't come, who will come. Always keep that in mind. So being organized, if you own your own business, is obviously key. If you don't even know which people you talk to and not, it's very, very, very important to be organized. 100%. yeah, I think that's about how a meeting should run, how exactly to schedule a home event. That is the topic for a different day. I will now pass on to Nisha.
I have a question.
Yes, sorry,
Screen
question.
Like suppose if we are inviting our friends who are running a very busy lifestyle and they really don't have time to come and see us. So can we do the meeting on Uvu? Like is it advisable to have a meeting on Uvu and have an upline ready?
For sure.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
So
That's-
basically, if I may tell you my story, like don't have a single person in my business who's closer to me than 20,000 kilometers away.
Right.
You know, I have not invited a single person to a home event. Why? Because they're there across the globe. So what did I do? I was like, come on Skype. There's a difference. It's a little bit sketchy.
Mm.
If you're like, okay, let's talk on Uvu, because what is Uvu? Everyone knows Skype. So what I did, I invited people on Skype, and I made sure that Shoma was in my room.
Okay.
Okay? And so then, I chatted to the person, and then I was like, yo, listen, like I've got a new project. I really am very new to it. I can't really tell you much about it. My friend Shoma edified my upline. Be like, okay, this guy, I've been in the business 4 months, doing all this and that. He's an expert. He will tell you about this because I want you to be informed the right way.
Right.
I want you to hear from an expert. This guy comes up, throws the fuck down. I have a business in Austria.
Because I am actually interacting with two of my best girls who are equally enthusiastic as I am. So what I'm doing from the past 3 days is like motivating them, exciting them, sharing my excitement with them. But the real challenge is the time because they can't really make it to the home
Okay.
events or come
Yeah.
and meet me in person.
Okay.
So I think what I'm going to do is follow your advice, call them on Skype and have an upline ready who can really
Okay. So again, here your advantage is if your upline is with you in the same city or in the same location, then obviously it's very natural if you Skype and the person sitting next to you.
Okay.
Again, if that's not possible, for instance, my friends in Austria now, for instance, one friend in Munich, he was talking to someone in Italy, and I was the upline. So basically, you have no choice but to Uvu. So you explain to them, okay, please download Uvu. I'm very new. I want, someone who has experience to tell you about this. Skype, we can't do that. On Uvu, we can do a 3-way call, and that way you can be informed the right way.
But like before jumping onto Ubu, can you still explain them what you're really doing and then get them excited and then say, okay, you know what, now let's jump onto Ubu.
Yeah, basically that's how a regular meeting should work. You get on with your friend first, tell them the basics. Why are you excited? Your friend wants to hear it off you. Why are you excited? And the basics of what we're working with. And then be like, yo, but actually I don't know much. I don't know anything. I'm very new. I want this guy to tell you about it. This guy's been in the business, edify your leverage, bring him on the call, and then it's all a very, very natural procedure. All right? So again, if you have an upline ready with you, then Skype is fine because Skype is sort of the regular procedure. If not, explain why Uvu. What Dennis also sometimes likes to do if he doesn't want to explain all this stuff, why Uvu, then just be like, oh, my Skype's not working. This is an alternative program. But I like to be straight up front, like, okay, we're doing a 3-way call. We have a third party who's an expert. I'm not. Go down to their level. Be like, look, I don't know anything. I'm new, but I want you to hear from an expert because I also heard from an expert. All right. But anyway, we're running out of time. Nisha, please take over. I'll quickly give you an example of edification. This guy, all right, has been in the business for 2.5 months. He's been working as hard as no one else, and that's why it's paying off. His success is paying off. He's the reason why we're all here. Okay? Get it up, man.
Alright, so me and Swan are just gonna take over some closing techniques, so closing lines, okay? So when you're finished, when you get off with your upline, okay, or when your upline's explained everything, one kind of mistake that some people make is that they give the option for negative feedback. Okay, so instead of asking dude, what did you like about the videos? What did you like about what Shoma, what Alex said? What really intrigued you about it? What caught your eye about it? Instead, if I say hey, what did you think of what Shomo said? It's more that gives off a kind of critique question. You're asking, what did Shomo not cover? What did Shomo not say? Okay, if I say, hey, what did you like about what Alex was saying? Then they'll think about, well, he did bring up this. I did like the thing that he said about this. I did really like that he said that as well. So they kind of automatically you're giving them a positive feedback loop, so they stay in this positive feedback, and then whenever they think about what Alex was talking about, they think about it in a positive manner, rather than, oh well, he didn't cover this and he didn't do that and he didn't do that. So if you say, okay, what did you like about this? Well, you know, how awesome were those videos that I sent you? Automatically they're thinking, well, what did I actually like about the videos? What was cool? What was individual about those videos? I'll just cover 2 techniques and then I'll pass it over to Sue on. The 1 to 10 scale. This is a really, really cool scale that we use, okay? So, you know, it can be after the fan bam, which is after the follow-up meeting, or straight after that you use your leverage. So you say, okay guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to get started? Or on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about this? Okay, so that right there, they're automatically going to start making a decision. They have to make a choice. They have to say, okay, well, how intrigued am I by this business, okay? Anywhere from a 7 to a 10, guys, they're in. They're basically there, okay? Even if it's a 1 to 6, you know, if they say, well, you know, 1 because of X, Y, and Z, okay? Even if it's a 1, guys, they're still potentially in. All you have to do is raise their belief level. Say, okay, well, what can I do to raise your belief level, dude? Would you like to talk to somebody else? You know, I have this guy who came from the same position you were. You know, he didn't have time. He was doing sports 3 times a week, and he also had a job. But look where he came from. He was in the same position as you, and look where he is now. Would you like to talk to him? So then they're like, okay, well, you know, this is a really support system. They're really, you know, they're really getting me to open my mind about this. So they're automatically going to start thinking, okay, this is a real team system, and they really want me to benefit from this. I'll just pass on to Suwan for the leveraging the questions.
All right. So after the home event, and you've got someone coming in that asking lots of questions, if you're new, you obviously want to be very experienced. Like Alex was saying, you want to leverage, you want to edify. So what you then do is you let the most experienced person in the room, or your friend through Ubu, who has been doing this for a few months, let them take the questions, right? And a very important thing is, don't try and jump in and don't try and say anything when they're answering the question. Because then it'll seem really unorganized and really just confusing. Because it'll just be like, oh, what the fuck, oh, okay, wait, what? Right, let the person who's most experienced answer all the questions and just keep your mouth shut, right? No, it sounds really dickish, but it's really true. Like, that little thing has such a massive psychological impact, right? That's one thing. The other thing is demonstrating the potential that this has. Okay, like I said, I got really excited because I saw the potential in this. You can't cram that down someone's throat, right? It's kind of almost like Inception. You need to lay it out there for them, and then they need to be able to put A, B, and C together and see where this can go, right? So you lay out the cards for them, and they can put it together and see where it goes, right? Then they see that potential, okay? And that's what gets them motivated, like I was saying earlier. Now that's a very, very, very crucial point. Now the other thing is you should explain to them why joining now is a crucial time and why joining now is a crucial point, okay? And the reason for this is, can you run this all out? Because literally, guys, right now, we are on the brink of a huge global expansion. That's literally where this is. And I'm about to tell you why that's right now.
Just a whiteboard bitch.
Is that you got the biggest lungs, bro. Alright, now the reason joining now is really crucial is because Shomo's been doing this for a couple of months, right? Well, Shomo lived over in the US, right? Now you went elementary school, primary school, high school, uni, everything over there, yeah? Pretty much. Now Shomo is over in the US, so I'm not a fucking geographical expert, somewhere in the US over here, okay? And he was saying, it's just like a little state, yeah, okay. Right, now what's happened with him, right, is that most of his friends from high school and primary school, they're all also American, okay? They all live in the US, they all pretty much live right there. Then all his friends at uni as well, a lot of them were American. So what happened was he brought this down over to Sydney, okay? And let's try and draw Australia. That's a really, really shit drawing of Australia. I'm not an artist. I'm used to using CAD. I'm used to using CAD for this shit. Okay, whoa! Okay, there we go. Okay.
That's me.
Alright, now the reason this joining now is crucial is because when he brought us over to Sydney, Sydney's just full of fucking people from everywhere in the world, right? So you tell your friends, and you tell like other people, and everyone here is fucking guaranteed to have friends all over the world, right? So when you join now, you're literally going to get the benefit of this international network. It's fucking New Zealand's coming onto it now, right? I got one of my friends in Japan, I'm talking about it. Like, Nisha's talking to Europe, he's talking to Canada, and Alex is talking to Austria, right? So joining now, I cannot stress enough, like the next month and a half, I don't know when the video's gonna go, but the next month and a half is literally very, very important, because after that, it's just, you pretty much missed the train. Right now, the train's already left, and we're trying to fucking grab you and pull you on with us, right? A month and a half, 2 from now, the train will have already gone and like fucking, you know, it's coming back now pretty much. It's coming back for the next round, and the next round will not be as exciting. It's like, okay, cool, yep, let's grab all the leftovers. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. So joining in the next month and a half is crucial. Next point. Alright. And the other thing is when people, okay, so when you shoot them the videos and they have a look, make sure you tell them what are your questions, like tell them write down all your questions, okay? You need to tell them write down your questions so you don't forget anything, so it really demonstrates that you have a genuine interest in their well-being and their better understanding of this. If you just go, okay, cool bro, I'll meet up with you then, it's like, okay man, yeah, alright, let's meet up. But when you tell them, dude, write down all your questions, you really demonstrate that you want them to understand this as well as they possibly can, right? Very important point. And the other thing is, I'll get you to come in for this one, Nisha, as well. Okay. Credit card, yeah? When you're telling all your friends, you don't want it to seem like you're extracting something from them, right? Remember, we're sharing an opportunity with our friends, okay? So don't, when you call them up, don't go, hey, is your credit card ready? Right? Like, don't do that, yeah? I'm going to let Alicia take it away with this one.
Yeah, so like Suan was saying, don't try to extract something out of them. Don't try to force them into it. I had a lot of trouble with this my first month, and Shoma really helped me on this. Shoma and Alex actually really helped me on this. Alex said one thing that he saw this video. It was in the training pack, but he really got me to watch. He sat down it was like in the first 2 or 3 weeks that I was involved. He got down, he sat down, and he watched this with me, and that really helped me from then on. It was the let's get you started, okay? I don't know how often everybody uses this, but it's a really, really good technique, okay? Because then you're basically, like Suan was saying, you're planting the seed of this in their mind. However, it's up to them to actually say like, yeah, cool, I can see where this is going, I can see what it can do for me. So when you say let's get you started, you're saying, hey, let's do it, let's do it. You're not saying, okay, bro, just shout me out the credit card number there, because then it just sounds like you're just trying to use them. You're just trying to like. It's not friendly. It's not friendly like that. You want to be as friendly as possible. These are your friends, and you're trying to do something for them. You want to show them that you're doing something for them, that this is going to benefit both of you mutually. All right. So let's get you started. You know, Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know how many guys have you guys seen his video, but he talks about this jab, 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 hug. Okay, the give, 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 ask. Okay. This is a really excellent technique, guys. If you just come on to Uber and be like, yo, I got something really excited, just give me your credit card and we'll get you started, I'll tell you about it later. No, you want to give them something. You want to give them like, hey dude, what, you know, how's your job? What are you up to at the moment? You know, how's that game going? You know, give them something. Give them something, so then you can actually ask for their business in return. You can ask for something in return. Technically, you're not asking for something, because what you're giving them with this is so fucking amazing that would be a shame not to tell them about this. Like, it's an actual shame for people not to hear about this. But the jab, jab, jab hook is a really good technique. Okay, you're giving them something. You tell them about it. You tell them, hey, look how great this is, dude. Like, what are you up to at the moment? How's your financial situation? How's your family going? You know, what's going on in your life? Oh, what I'm up to? What am I up to? Oh, dude, I've started this really awesome project. You got to hear about it. Okay, so the overall business model, we're gonna all talk about that, all 4 of us.
Right. So just one thing before we get on to that, very important point that he made, the Gary Vaynerchuk video. That's something that I've been doing. Send that out to your prospects. Okay, you send them out the video saying, okay, here's a cool little promo. Send them out the video going, okay, here's a compensation plan, and here's the Derek Alexander story. But when you do that, you're literally sending them out saying, okay, this is what you need for this, right? Send them the Gary Vaynerchuk video as well, because what that does is that is a fucking great speech, right? And that's funny. Like, what I do is I send that out to them and I say, hey bro, this is hilarious. Whether you want to join or not, it's cool, but just check this one out, because check out the speech. It's fucking hilarious, man. Like, regardless, you're gonna like it, right? And the other thing that does is that the Gary Vaynerchuk video really helps you, essentially realize the potential that this has. That's for 3 reasons. 1, The Gary Vaynerchuk video essentially like destroys any kind of marketing other than network marketing. Okay, he just says commercial advertising is fucking dead. That's essentially what he does. So one that paves the road to say network marketing's like great. Okay, two things already done. And the last point that does right, his speech is literally a story about how he grew up with absolutely fucking nothing. So it's a heartwarming story about how he's come into success, and you're sharing that with your friends, and they will really like it. Really helps them see the potential. All right, Alex. Oh, Dennis.
Okay. I just want to talk about what you guys are responsible for after the meeting. So I mean, this is especially for the new brand partners who aren't really doing much of the presenting, aren't doing much of answering questions and stuff. This is stuff that you actually have to do. This is something we can't do for you. It's really important that you remember to do this. So take your notes here. Immediately after the meeting, so this is like before you've even closed, this is before you've done the follow-up. The first thing you want to do is you want to fan bam them. So this is from a meeting, book a meeting. This was in the initial training package, so I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. You want to book a meeting within the next 48 hours because their excitement level is going to be up here. It's going to peak. If you wait a week, it's just going to slowly diminish and then eventually just run dry, and then it's harder to get it back up. So you want to meet them when they're somewhere right around here. They're still excited. They're still into it. You want to meet them as soon as possible, pretty much. One good thing you can do to book this meeting and really get them engaged in it is you say, if I shoot you these videos, when do you think you can watch them by? Because then that gives it the component of, yeah, you're giving them something. You're giving them something and they're giving you something back. You're giving them these videos and you want to follow up with them. You want to hear what they have to say about it, so they're going to watch them for you. You're building on that relationship. So that being said, after the meeting, while you're fan bamming them, in the meeting you're going to suggest shooting these videos. You need to remember to shoot out the fucking videos. If you don't shoot them the videos, they're not going to watch them, they're not going to keep going, and it pretty much stops right there. So you get on your computer, you get on Facebook, you shoot them the videos. Important ones to shoot them. There's the introduction video, so that just sort of shows where they've taken this in the States. This is pretty much just partying and fast cars and hot girls. Not really all that important, but it's like a minute long, and fuck, why not? Who doesn't want to see some fast cars and hot girls? You shoot them out. Then you shoot them a compensation plan. There's the one by Bryce. That one's about 9 minutes long, I believe, so that one's shorter. There's also the one by Brad Alcazan. That one's about 30 minutes long, but it really goes into the nitty-gritty. It breaks it apart. So what I've been doing is I've been shooting out a simplified compensation plan and Bryce's compensation plan. So I pretty much say in my message, I say, hey dude, yeah, the compensation plan is probably the main one you want to look at because that's how we get paid. If you don't have the time, watch the short one because the other one really goes into the details. I included it because I really want you to get the knowledge from this, but if you just need to look at one real quick, look at that one. The other thing you shoot them is other good resources to look into this. You want your friend to go out, you want them to do their research, you want them to form their own opinion, because if they look around and they decide it's not for them, then they don't get involved, that's fine. If they go out, they don't really look too much around, they get involved, and then they decide that it's not for them, then that's not as great, because then you've wasted quite a bit of time trying to train them, you've wasted time trying to help them, and their heart's not in it, they're not really pursuing, they don't want your help, they don't want to continue, so you could be helping out your other friends, you know, so you want to do that. 0802?
0802.
Cool. The last thing is the Facebook groups, guys. So this is something that we really haven't been doing too much. A lot of people forget to do this. You need to be adding your friends to the Facebook group. So when you sign up some new prospects, you just finished your meeting, you get online, you add them to the Vemma Australia group, and you add them to the Verve Vemma resources. Those are the two main ones that are really important. The other ones, you can add them, but it's not as beneficial. You want to be able to show them what your team is specifically doing, which is Vemma Australia. We've got all this shit going on. You want them to be able to see that, and you want to show them what Verve and Vemma is doing in our upper team that's branched from the States. That's the Verve Vemma resources. Perfect. You shoot that out. Next thing is signing someone up. So this is when you've had your follow-up meeting, you've closed them, you're signing them on. This is what you need to do. the first thing you want to do is you want to create their website. So you want to go on the back office, there's accounts, next to it is business tools, underneath is manage website. You go there, you have them upload a photo, you have them put in their or their email address, their phone if they want, home address if they really want to be that exposed to the world. Then you have them select their color and format. I go with the Verb one because it looks pretty badass, but preferences, whatever. After that, you're going to guide them through their back office. So this is just, what are you fuckers do? You guide them through their back office. So this is basically to show them the really important things. So, okay, here's your account. Here's where you can go if you want to change your settings, change your shipping address. Here's where you go to set up your direct deposit. Here's where you go to change your credit card info if you need to. Here's your genealogy. You can look at your tree here. You can also look at a summary. On the left here, here's your cycle count. You can look at the RA period. You can look at your momentum bonus, how that's coming along. You guide them through. You give them, you don't have to go through the whole website. I mean, fuck, I haven't even gone through the whole back office. Show them the important things, the things that they're going to be taking a look at every day so they understand it and they can really utilize that tool. So you've shown them their website. The next thing you need to do is you need to get them on Uvu. If they're not on Uvu, if they're doing Skype, you need to create them an Uvu account. You need to get it on their computer. You need to get it on their phone. Get them to download the Uvu app. Get them to download the Vemma app. Once that is done, you want to give a shout out on the Facebook page. This is really important. It lets them know that you're opening them up to the team. It also lets them know that the team is engaged with them. I haven't seen a single shout out where there hasn't been like 5 comments saying, hey dude, hit me up. Hey dude, link up with me, let's Uvu sometime. Let me tell you about who I am, what I'm doing. You should give this shout out. In this shout, you should say, hey, this is this new person. He's new to Vemma. Give them a compliment. He's going to be a fucking beast. I don't care. It could be anything. Like, talk to him about basketball. He's a fucking star. Like, anything like that. You want to say, oh yeah, this guy's going to be a champ. Hit him up on Facebook. Hit him up on Uvu. He's going to need our help. Let's get him paid and promoted. Something like that, right? People will comment. People will hit him up. Goes from there. The last thing you want to do is you want to go through the basic training pack. So this is something that you need to do with your new PEQs immediately after signing them. If you can, once you sign them on, go through it right away. If you can't, the next available time slot they have. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning to train someone who I just signed on if I have to. Like, training someone initially is very important because if you don't run them through that, they're still going to be excited. They're still going to want to do this, but they don't know what to do. They're going to go out. They're going to talk to their friends. They're going to try and present on their own. They won't leverage. They won't know what to do. They're going to do a terrible job, like any of us would. And their friends are going to be like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you should probably like get the fuck out of there. They're going to get discouraged that their friends aren't into this. They're going to get discouraged that they don't know how to present this. And they might just opt out of Vemma completely just because they're misinformed. You need to make sure that they have that information available. Run them through the training as quickly and as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is just suggest videos. So I mean, tell them, oh, hit up the Vemma Australia page. There's tons of useful videos, tons of useful links there. Go check it out. Suggest the ones that were really beneficial for you. I mean, right now I'm really jonesing on that Gary Vaynerchuk video. It's hilarious, awesome video, really inspirational. The other one I liked was The Greatest Secret of Success. That video, that one was really good. GoPro, Business 21st Century, all these books. Suggest the ones that you found most useful first, but make sure that they're widely available. Suwan has a Dropbox folder going on right now. I think you've linked it to the Facebook page, yeah?
Yep, what I've done is I've put the YPR Success Kit, Business in the 21st Century, How to Make Friends and Influence People, the audio summary of Business in the 21st Century, and also the NBT Brand Partner Training, the first Word document you need to go through. I put them all into one Dropbox, and I made it a public link. So anyone can download that, and that should be on the Vemma Australia page already. If it's not, I'll put that up. And use that. I mean, get the first most important thing is the NBT training Word document. get them through that, and then send them the Dropbox thing. Another cool thing that it does, right, is when your friend's really interested and really hyped up about this, he's going to have some initiative. So he can make his way through and have a look at some things and do some personal development as well. But just don't shoot it to them straight away because it might overwhelm them. Run them through the NBT Word document first, and when they've gotten a little keener, when they've gotten a little more excited, send them the Dropbox folder.
Yeah, you want to make these resources available to them, but you don't want to push it on them and smother them, and because no one wants to be like, oh, I'm really stoked to do some shit, let's fucking get going. And it's like, all right, dude, just read through this training manual, read this stack of books, and then we can go out and do something fun. That's shitty. The last thing we're going to touch on really quickly, wrap this up, is just overall organization. To be successful in this business, you need to be a leader. You can't just sign people on, sit back. People are going to be dependent on you. I'm sure you've all heard the 3 stages of this business. You're dependable, you're independent, and then you're depended on. So you don't know what to do, you can manage yourself, then you're going to have to manage people. So you want to start building those leadership skills now. Organization is key in this, guys. I posted a link on the Vemma groups. I think it's titled Prospect Organization. Check out that document. It's a Word document. It's a simple way of organizing your prospects I've been using, and I've just been shredding through my list. It's super efficient. You put down their name, you put down when you approach them, when you said, hey man, I'm working on this cool project. You put down when their meeting was, you put down when their follow-up was, you put down their status on the other side. Missed meeting, reschedule. Went to reading, schedule follow-up, enrolled, not interested, approached, all that shit. Just put in their status. That way when you come back to it the next day, you've got this list of stuff that's already actively going on in your prospecting. We're going to touch on...
Sorry.
Let's go on that.
And also just one more point is, the reason this is succeeding so well right now is there's a system in place and the system works, okay? So it's really crucial you follow it. If it's not broke, don't try and fix it, right? That is one of the key reasons this is succeeding so well and growing so fast. We've had some of the people going, oh, dude, I invited my friends, but he's not coming, he's not interested, etc., etc. And we ask him, what did you do? Did you follow the system? And he's like, no. Well, then of course it didn't fucking work, right? Like, it's basically almost like a formula that actually works. So follow it.
Okay, guys. Nisha's going to come on here and talk about team organization, very important leadership skills. Nisha, take her away.
Okay, guys. So just quickly, organization is really essential, guys. Like if you ring one of your uplines that's in the States, you know, say Chris Sutton, Kyle, Chris Thomas, Elliot, and you're like, hey dude, I have a meeting in 5 minutes, what are you doing? You know, these guys have a large team of people dependent on them. In a few months, you guys will be in the exact same position they are. You'll have a large team of, 800 people depending on you. And just imagine, if you have 800 people contacting you within 5 minutes trying to organize a meeting, you're going to be completely swamped. So try and organize the meeting for the next day. Like, I'm all about spontaneity, and I love spontaneity. It's fucking awesome. It's the best thing in the world, in my opinion. But for this, it's really hard because you have to also consider the third party. Okay, the person that you're going to be leveraging, you know? So it's better to say someone a day before, like, hey dude, what are you doing tomorrow at 5? You're free? Excellent, cool, come by my room. Right at that moment, go home, go on your Facebook, go on your phone, ring your upline saying, dude, I have a meeting at 5 p.m. Okay? That means you've cleared the person's schedule for the next day. It means they can also plan ahead. Okay? Alex is going to come on and he's going to talk about direct downline and direct upline contact and why it's so important to stay in tune with both these groups.
Alright, so basically, how do you learn this business? You learn it by people who have already succeeded in this business, and those people are willing to help you out. Those people, it's in their best interest that you succeed as well. Therefore, don't hesitate to, just call your uplines and be like, look, listen, teach me something. I wanna do this, teach me something. But don't be mistaken, uplines that are really a rank at the company where they do make a lot of money and where they have seen a lot of success, as Nisha said before, they have like 800, 1,200, 1,400 people in their organization. Don't expect, if you're shouted out in the group that you're new to this business, that, they will schedule, okay, now I'll speak 1 hour to this new guy, not even knowing if that guy is, interested. So take initiative, and be like, okay, Chris Thomas, I want to speak with you. I'm the newest person and I really want to get this shit going. And then Chris Thomas will say, oh wow, this guy's taking initiative. I will invest my time in him. Alright? So, just take initiative. The people who take initiative are rewarded in life. If you join Vemma, you take initiative. And so that's the first step of doing something different, but you will not succeed in this if that's the only initiative you ever take. If you then don't take any more initiative, you won't get anywhere. So basically, what I did on my first day in the business, I spoke to Elliot Borworski for an hour, I spoke to Chris Thomas for 1.5 hours, I spoke to my other upline for like half an hour, and that changed everything. Alright? And those people, because from day one, then I was respected by them. They knew I was taking this thing seriously, and I received more support than anyone who doesn't do that. And at the same time, I learned things that changed my whole perspective on this, and that is the reason why I'm still doing this, and why I know that I will succeed with this, and why I know that everyone in this room and you will succeed with this, okay? But the only way you will is by showing initiative, showing that you want to learn something, and just talking to your uplines, okay? So that's why you want to be in contact with your uplines, and your direct upline, who is like your sponsor, he is 100% responsible for you, and you can abuse the person. You'll be like, all right, I have a meeting at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you're not sleeping tonight, all right? That is their job, and that is the only way that you will succeed, and if they don't do it, then you're like, oh, well, who are you, and get some other upline or something to do it, It's all stands and falls with you. If you don't set meetings, that's your problem. If you don't talk to your uplines and don't learn anything, that's your problem. This is the difference between a normal job where someone's always looking over your shoulder, oh, do some meetings, oh, read some books, oh, do this, oh, do that. It's all self-initiative. All right? So if you don't want to read the books, if you don't want to watch the videos, if you don't want to do meetings, that's fine, but then please leave this business. All right? At the same time, once you do have some downlines, show them that you're there for them. Always be in contact with them also every day, and try and lead them off the right way. As Dennis said before, go through the training pack with them. Don't be like, here's the training pack, good luck. Sit down with them, go through their back office, go through this and that, show them who is their upline. Tell them to hit up their upline, just like I'm telling you now. All right? So that's basically the direct upline is 100% responsible for you. You're 100% responsible for your immediate downline. But uplines with financial credibility, uplines who are in the business longer, they're the people you can really learn from, and they're the people who you shouldn't hesitate to contact. Exactly, and sort of by doing so, you maintain the excitement level. You should know the why of every of your downlines, and it can reignite that why every day. Be like, hey man, you never wanted to work for someone else from 9 to 5, from Monday to Friday, from 9 to 5. So if you don't want to do that, then let's get going. Let's set some more meetings, reignite the flame, reignite the initial excitement, and also reassure them if they have doubts. If you're not in contact with your organization will fall apart, and that is the NBT philosophy right here. We really care about our downlines, which is why we're the most sustainable and the fastest growing team in the whole company, because we're really one big family who cares for every individual and no one's left behind. That's it from my side.
We'll just get Shum up to.
And I want to introduce you to like the really big guy here, who brought this upon us.
He's the shortest guy here.
Yeah. He is the shortest
guy right there.
The shortest, but the biggest and greatest. All right, Shama, please talk about some, how important self-development is, and basically anything that we left out because you're the expert. Okay?
100%. What is this?
Oh, well, that's an
You're drawing.
It's just.
All right. Trying to get a gauge where I really want to take this time. So I'm gonna take a few minutes here to really talk about leadership. So let's talk about the presentation. Let's start from the ground floor of this business. Let's talk about the presentation. All right. We always talk about how the learning curve gets shorter and shorter and shorter, because you're always learning from other people. You're always learning from people who are showing you where they fell short, what didn't work out for them, all right? But like all these guys have been telling you, this always comes down to your own self-motivation. So I'm going to be upfront with you. We say all this stuff. Yeah, you'll drive this fucking car, you know, in 6 months. You'll have this watch in 8 months. You'll hit this salary in so months, all right? But I'm going to be straight up front with you. If you're not giving a full presentation in your first 2 weeks, you're behind the curve, all right? You are behind the curve. If you want what somebody has, you're going to have to say what they say, and you're going to have to do what they do. So I talked to Christian Sager. He was 10 months in the business when I joined. He was making $85,000 a year. I said, what do I have to do that? He's like, you have to be able to give a presentation now. I was able to do full presentations by my 3rd day in this business, all right? And you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to get a little bit uncomfortable to do that, all right? It doesn't matter if you fuck up. Do you think that I was sitting in front of rooms doing presentations in front of 50 people, you know, when I first started, absolutely crushing it? No. I fucking spelled Vemma wrong the first time I pitched. And then I farted like 15 seconds later. Alright? I fucked up. Alright? Dennis just fucked up. There are 3 stages in the company. You go from being dependent to being independent to being dependable. He fucked it up, but guess what? He's up here leading a fucking training presentation fucking a few weeks in the business. Alright? You're gonna fuck up, and there's nothing wrong with fucking up. Okay? In fact, if you don't fuck up, you are not going to succeed. So there is this concept you guys need to understand. Fail faster, okay? You need to fail as fast and as much as possible before you succeed. Alright, you need to go up. You need to try to present to your friends. Who says, you know, I can't say this, I'm not the ace. Tell them what you know. Go up to the front and it starts. You know, your first day in the business, you can go up and you can just say, hey, what's up, guys? I'm stoked about this. You know, I heard about this from my friend. I was really working a job I didn't like. I was working at a restaurant in Coogee. I was studying all day. I hope I make money when I'm 30 years old. I'm going to med school. I don't know how I'm going to pay for half this shit. All right, you guys have to construct your story. And you have a story. You don't have to hit a rank. You don't have to make money. You don't have to have a car or a watch or any of this shit to have a story. You have a story the day you start this, okay? Because no matter what, none of you have done this before, okay? So something in you had to have changed. You were clearly somewhere that you no longer are, where you no longer are, all right? So you have to have a story, and you have to be telling people your story when you start, all right? And that's going to require you to get uncomfortable. Who has a eraser and a marker that works? There's this really cool concept I came across when I studied the Vemma convention, all right? It's called the pendulum of success, okay? We all know how pendulums work, all right? It is inevitable in this business. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. Where things are going to suck. You're going to question why you're doing this. People are going to laugh at you, make fun of you, and they're going to ask you, Shoma, why are you doing this? Shoma, I don't want to do this. People are going to quit, all right? People are going to be scrubs and they're going to quit because they don't want to do work, because they don't see things long term, all right? So your pendulum is going to swing back and forth, all right? It's going to swing back and forth. If you fail a little bit, you're going to have a little bit of success. But do you know what I did when my business started to falter? But before this explosive growth, I saw some of my best friends quit. I saw my relationships with people falling apart. People who I thought were some of my best friends, my relationships with them were falling apart because they don't share the same character traits that I now do as a result of being a business owner, right? So what I did when my pendulum was not swinging the success way faster, I kept fucking pulling it up. I did more meetings. I found more scrubs who didn't want to do this, and guess what happened? I pulled it up so far that when I finally saw success, it's fucking over here, and now there are so many fucking people here doing this. It's absolutely nuts, okay? So you gotta understand, you have to pull your pendulum up here. And in order to do that, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get very uncomfortable. There's a reason that no one in here is making 6 figures right now. It's because we haven't failed enough to do it. We haven't gone enough out of our comfort zone, all right? I don't have a meeting scheduled after this, and that's my fault, you know? So definitely take that as a thing. I don't care if you guys think, you know, Shomo, you're gold, you're pushing diamond, you're gonna get your car soon. That doesn't mean shit. I've just been doing this longer than you, okay? Just because this guy's this rank, just because Alex Weber's one cycle away from hitting silver, that doesn't make him any better than anybody in here. There is nothing different between me and you. You should hold me accountable. I was 4 months in the business, and I didn't even have a fucking notebook until he looked at me and was like, Shoma, what the fuck are you doing? Alright? So you gotta learn to get uncomfortable, okay? You need to want to present, because if you don't present, then you're not gonna succeed. You are not going to succeed if you are not giving full presentations within your first 2 weeks in the business. If you don't do that, you're behind the curve. So I want everybody to find somebody who's killing this right now. I don't care if it's Chris Thomas, Elliot, study what they did and do what they did. Exactly replicate what they did. Chris Thomas, when was your first home event? Elliot, when was the first time you hosted a training meeting? How long did it take you to hit this rank? How long did it take you? Okay, I'm going to do it faster than that. What were the mistakes? Find somebody who has done it and then exactly replicate it. And to really add on to this whole leadership thing, you guys can't be afraid to hold everybody in here. I'm going to hold all of you accountable, but I expect people to hold me accountable too. Shoma, why didn't you bring anybody to this home event? Oh, your warm market's starting to dry out? Dude, you're in the gym every day, dude. There are literally a lot of people in there, who, why don't you try to meet a few people? Give somebody a spot. I fucking met Dennis in the gym. I didn't know him when I came here. I didn't know any of you when I first came here, And that's really a concept that you're going to learn from GoPro. Always be expanding your list. You're never going to run out of people to talk to. You're never going to run out of ears of people who want to hear about this, So definitely be comfortable with getting uncomfortable, and that's what it takes to be a leader. All these guys also talk about staying organized. If you don't have a notebook, if you don't know the name of every single person in your business, what the hell are you doing? If your business is under 150 people, you need to know the first and last name of every single person in it, and you have to know their why. You literally have to know every single person's story and every single person's why, because they are working with you. They were promised your attention, okay? So you have to be able to relate. This is a business about building relationships, okay? Spend time with people on who, literally, if your business is under 150 people, I want you to know shit about them. And not like this, that, yo, you got on with the silver, oh, you got on the bronze. No real shit about them. Where do you go to school? What's your major? Oh, you're studying medicine? That's cool. No real shit about these people. Because at the end of the day, people are not loyal to fucking Mangosteen. People are loyal to you. Alright? Why am I so ingrained in this business? The same reason Alex is. I have some of my best friends that I am working with, okay? Elliot Browarski spent hours talking to me. Elliot Browarski left his house in his car and drove for hours to get to my house because he wanted to live at my house. Elliot and CT lived at my house for a weekend, and we pushed like 70 prospects through there in 2 days and went out to party. Alright? Why am I loyal? Because when I couldn't get into the club because I wasn't 21, and that's the drinking age, Christian Stagert hung back and gave me his credit card and put me in a cab and said, Shoma, go party over there. These people are our friends, for God's sake. You're not going to call your freaking friend and say, dude, give me your credit card. You're not going to call your friend and say, tell them, why this is going to help you. Somebody wants to start a gym one day. Somebody wants to start a restaurant. You help them to do that by showing them this. You're not trying to convince anybody to do this, all right? So definitely take it, take this as a call to action. Build relationships with everybody in your team. Yo, I don't know you well enough, all right? Like, I don't know you as well as I should fucking know you, Mike. Like, let's fucking go grab some lunch sometime. Let's talk about how we can get you to where you want to be. You genuinely need to care about getting other people to where they want to. This is not a business about you. Alright? And nothing in life is. No one ever cares about where you want to go. Alright? It's all about, giving, and then that also helps you. That elevates you in this business. And if you don't build relationships with people in this business, and you're going to take this from me right now, because this is the biggest mistake I ever made in this business. There is a reason that I was stuck at silver. I hit silver in 6 weeks. Yeah, this was fucking sweet. I can fucking talk. People listen to me. I can get a shit ton of people in my basement and throw down. I get good uplines. Christian Sagert likes me. He's going to get on Ubu for me. Well, guess what? It didn't matter what I could do. All right? In this business, it does not matter what you can do. All that matters is what you can duplicate. All right? So my biggest mistake in this business was I could throw down, I could do this and that, but nobody else could. After I enrolled somebody, I thought that the work was over. So I enrolled them, and then they're running around Cincinnati like chickens with their heads cut off, wondering what the hell to do. People started selling cans, people started doing this. I didn't spend enough time with my people. I literally had a network of about 40 to 45 people, and the only time I talked to them all day was I would call them and say, hey man, how many people are coming to my house? Okay, cool, 4? Okay, let's make that 7. Okay, see you then. Peace. No one shows up. Why? Because I didn't help them at all. I just wanted to get more people in my house because I wanted to hit gold, so I would be 1 rank away from getting in my car. Guess what happened? I didn't spend any time with people. I didn't have any relationships with anybody, so when people started to quit my business, when my business went to shit, nobody was there to propel it back up. Nobody was there, okay? Nobody was loyal to me, okay? Nobody was loyal to me because I didn't put time into them. I didn't help them to get them to where they wanted to go. I didn't let them see how this opportunity would help them long term to get to where they want to go, all right? So I talked to Elliot about it for a long time, and then that is when I changed it, and that is why my business has tripled this month. Is because I've been spending time with people, and I'm showing people where this is going to go. So take this as a piece of advice. You're never going to tell anybody what to do. All right? I can't fucking tell Nisha, like, dude, bring 10 people to this event. He's not going to do it. No one's going to do anything unless they want to do it. All right, I'm going to repeat that because it's important. No one's going to do anything unless they want to do it. You know, I can't tell you to go lift. I'm going to say, dude, chicks dig guys that are big. Get in the gym, man. Of course he's going to go to the gym. All right, you know, if you want people to do something, show them how it's going to help them. Hey, man, dude, by the way, great job last night, dude. I saw that post you put up. I haven't seen that video yet, man. That was sick. But hey, dude, I saw you brought a couple of your friends. I saw you bring like 1 or 2 of your friends, dude. And something I want to let you know, man, Australia is absolutely popping off right now. This is exponential growth. I've never seen anything like it. You are brand new, okay? So we literally have a list of 200 people, and we haven't talked to any of them. So let's try to bring as many people as we can, dude, so we can extract $2,000 and stick it in your fucking pocket on a double frenzy. BK put out a new bonus. Let's put $2,000 in your pocket, man. Your warm markets, you know, it's perfect. You joined at the perfect time. We are starting to prospect your warm market right when you start and right when this new bonus is out. All right, let's sort through your list as fast as possible. When you sign somebody up, literally the first thing you do is you congratulate them, you shout them out on the group, this, and that. The night you enroll somebody, sit down with them and plan with them their first home event. All right? And guess what? At their first home event, they're going to talk. Let me tell you something funny. There are 100 people in my business right now, and there's only 1 kid in my business who has literally ever asked me to talk. Okay? 1 kid, and he's sitting right there. All right? I went in, ready to do my thing. Like, I'm going to give a presentation. I'm going to tell a couple of Austrian people about this. And he said, no, Shomo, you sit there. I'm going to tell my friends about this. I'm going to tell my friends about this. And that was when I fucking knew. All right? So if people don't want to talk, most people are not going to want to talk. There's a reason they call it being uncomfortable. Throw them into the fire. All right? I literally told Nisha, I am leaving, all right? If you want your business to grow, dude, you're going to have a home event. He threw a home event. Not because he wanted to, and then he saw that he's pretty fucking good at it. So of course he's going to keep doing it. I told Suwon on the way up, this kid's been in the business for literally like 8 days, 7 days, some shit like that. And I was like, dude, next week's home events are all yours. If it goes great, that's awesome. If you fuck up, that's awesome, because at least you did it, all right? Because literally, fear is literally irrational, okay? This is a really cool concept about fear that I learned from the convention, okay? Fear is legitimately an irrational thought, Okay, so the human body is wired to be afraid in situations where your life is threatened. Okay, like if you're being attacked by a fucking bear or something, you will experience real fear. All right, you're gonna run faster than you ever run. You're gonna try to fight, yada yada yada. But most of us here have never actually been in a life-threatening situation. Okay, so our bodies are afraid for bullshit reasons. Like, we have this misconstrued version of fear. You think asking a girl out and her saying no, you get afraid of asking a girl out. I promise you guys, if she doesn't want to go out with you, you're not going to fucking die. It's alright. There are plenty of fish in the sea, Nisha. Come on, man. But we have these misconstrued versions of what fear is, and these misconstrued versions of fear are not fear itself. That thing that you think is fear is actually just anticipation of an action. There was a study run, okay, where they took skydivers up on a plane, and then they tracked their heart rate going up on the plane, and then they jumped out of the plane and they kept tracking the heart rate, all right? And it's crazy, because what this study actually revealed was that the heart rate of the skydivers was actually faster when they were in the plane than when they were plummeting, against the force of gravity down to the ground. All right? That is because this isn't fear, this is anticipation, all right? So what you need to do to overcome this and stop being a pussy is you need to be brave for 20 seconds. Think about that. Be brave for 20 seconds, all right? Because after you jump out of the plane, your heart rate will go down, and it's not going to seem so scary anymore. Go up to somebody and just fucking invite them, okay? Be brave for 20 seconds and invite them. Dude, I didn't know you that well, but like let's fucking go to lunch, right? It doesn't matter. Like, what are you going to say? You're busy? Literally, what is the worst case scenario? Nothing's going to happen if you invite. Nothing's going to happen if somebody says no, except they're going to sit there and watch you make a shit ton of money. So if you take one thing away from this entire thing that I've told you, be brave for 20 seconds and watch what that does for your business. Step up, be a leader. I don't care if you're bronze, member, silver, gold, plat, I don't care. Step up, be a leader. Post in the groups, organize your own home event. Oh, there's a home event tomorrow at 1, there's another one at 5. Call up Nisha and say, yo, I have too many people. We have to do a home event at 3. And if he doesn't fucking do it, then he's a fucking scrub, and we're going to find somebody else to do it. I'll stop picking on you, man. Shit.
Man, I feel very unloved here.
Before, everybody in here has the potential to be a leader, okay? And you're not going to just magically acquire leadership skills when you hit gold. Like, it's not just going to happen, okay? If you want to be a gold leader, act like one right now. I lead like I'm a pinnacle leader, and that is why one day I'm going to get there. All right? You have to attract success to yourself by becoming an attractive person. All right? So I see a lot of people out here stepping up. I see a lot of notebooks out. That shows me that people actually fucking care about their business, all right? You guys are here. People didn't show up, but you guys did. You guys are leaders. I know that there will be a post in the Australia group tonight about something that you learned today, because I know that people here are leaders. That's why you guys are in here, all right? So definitely, I don't want to keep you guys here all day, but big thanks for coming out. We went over some seriously, good information. So huge props to these 4 guys for making this happen. They've stepped up. Who's next? Who's next? Who's gonna step up and be a leader next? All right. Thanks for coming out. All right. It was cool.